Part 48. The Return of the National Goddess. Author, Yun Suya. Chapter 471. Chapter 471 Arrests CP. Xiaojuju, a name that looks greasy and sounds greasy and disgusting, is Chu Shenxiu's fan name. The first time Xia Ying learned Chu Shenxiu's fan name, she laughed at him all afternoon. Jun Chenai frowned. What the is Xiaojuju? The next scene was not only something Chu Shenxiu didn't expect, but Jun Chenai was also confused. One is the national male of China, and the other is the national male of S country. Wow! They are really lucky today. By the way, what did Jun Chenai just say, that Chu Shenxiu was his illegitimate wife? Go to his house every day to harass him. Wow, the girls' Fujiashi souls can no longer be controlled and are burning. Next, Xia Ying and the others saw that Chu Shenxiu and Jun Chenai had both fallen. The airport was in a state of excitement. A group of people refused to board the plane and all came to besiege the male idol. Wow, Chu Shenxiu, my husband. Young Master Jun is my male god. No, he is my husband. I'm a CP fan of Yuxiu. Don't stop me. I think Jun Gong and Chu Xiao are a good match. Chu Shenxiu. Specially, who is going to suffer? Who looks good with that hot chick? Jun Chenai. This young master is a straight man in the universe, okay. Who looks good with that hot chick? Xia Ying laughed very happily at the side. Ha ha ha, Yuxiu CP, you have a CP name so soon. 11 Ju touched his chin, with an unpredictable smile on his lips. I think it's okay. Chu Shenming glanced at his watch, frowned, and said, it's almost time to go through the security check. But the girls are not going to let them go so easily, Xia Ying said with a smile. Chu Shenming glanced at Yu Lingfeng. Yu Lingfeng frowned very alertly and sternly refused, no. Chu Shenming curled his lips and said no more. Xia Ying was puzzled. She turned to look at Yu Lingfeng behind her and asked, what's not allowed? Your brother wants to expose me. Currently, the only one who can divert the attention of the girls is Yu Lingfeng, and he is the best of both, and is very durable. Xia Ying frowned and thought about the meaning of Yu Lingfeng's words. After thinking about it clearly, Xia Ying couldn't help but feel terrible. These two people can actually communicate with their eyes. Are people with high IQs so good at it now? What should we do? Chu Shenming looked at Yu Lingfeng and asked. To fend for itself. Yu Lingfeng said calmly that he didn't want to care about this matter. Chu Shenming had no choice but to let Chu Shenxiu and Jun Chenai be ravaged by the girls. Xia Ying looked at the group of handsome men wearing masks around her. If the girls knew that the real ultimate boss had not shown up yet, she didn't know what their mentality would be like. Only when the broadcast urged Chu Shenxiu to board the plane, Chu Shenxiu was able to get out of the crowd. After Jun Chenai and Chu Shenxiu were freed, they looked at each other, both glaring at each other angrily. This guy, if it weren't for him, he wouldn't have had a cramp in his hand when signing autographs, and he would have had a professional fake smile until the end of the group photo. I am tired now. I will remember your account. Remember to eat a little fatter during the Chinese New Year, so that you can feel more comfortable. Jun Chenai raised his head and said to Chu Shenxiu with disdain. Chu Shenxiu snorted coldly, you are the same, you are as thin as a monkey. If I beat someone who doesn't know about you, you would think I am abusing nationally protected animals. Who are you talking about? Talking about you. Say it again. Once. Thanks to the little cutie cute then goddess and it will eventually get dark for the reward. Thank you little cutie singing cat for the 1888 book coins reward. End of this chapter. The Return of the National Goddess. Author, Yun Suya. Chapter 472. Chapter 472 Looking forward to their cooperation. Xia Ying shook her head helplessly. When did these two people come to blows? And looking at this posture, it seems that he has been holding grudges for a long time. Xia Ying and the others watched the Chu brothers leave. After returning home, Xia Ying suddenly felt that the usually lively home had become deserted. Of course, it was mainly because Chu Shenxiu left that talkative person. Although Chu Shenxiu usually talked a lot and acted a lot, and sometimes it was quite annoying, but I have to say that when he left suddenly, Xia Ying still had weird thoughts. Forget it, it will only take 2 weeks at most before Chu Shenxiu and Chu Shengming will be back. Xia Ying turned on her mobile phone. The annual inventory she had done some time ago was still in progress. The details of the list will probably be announced in January next year. As for the real-time list, the 3 words most popular male star, most popular male singer, and most popular artist have always been firmly occupied by Jun Chennai, and there is no way for others to shake them. As long as the list contains words like popularity and popularity, it is basically certain. Jun Chennai's fan base is too large. As long as there is an honor to strive for, his fans will try their best to form cliques. All the land will be snatched away from him. As for female singers, Thornbird is still number 1, and second is a veteran singer. Her votes are not much different from Thornbird. It is entirely possible to surpass her in the future. I have always admired the singer Xia Ying, but she did not release any new songs this year. She was able to climb to the 2nd place with a few old songs, which shows her strength and fan appeal. As for the young lady Chu Shenxiu likes, Lan Linyu, after not seeing each other for a while, her ranking dropped to 10th. Lan Linyu has a standard sweet voice, coupled with her sweet appearance, it can be said to be her advantage but also her disadvantage. People who like her say she's sweet and cute, while people who don't like her say she's too pretentious. However, no one knows which one it is. But when Xia Ying was browsing Weibo some time ago, Lan Linyu's fan support meeting seemed to be very vigorous, which meant that she wanted to support Lan Linyu's entry into the list of popular female singers. Lan Linyu debuted 5 years ago. It is not a big hit but she still has a lot of fans. She previously hinted on Weibo that she wanted to win the Popular Female Singer trophy, which is why fans are so united in canvassing her votes. Xia Ying logged into Thornbird's Weibo and realized that she hadn't posted on Weibo for a long time, and the comment area under her most recent Weibo exploded. Goddess, you are so calm. Others are working hard to canvass for votes at the end of the year, but you actually disappeared from the world. How long have you not posted on Weibo? Miss you. Although the goddess has not expressed her position, we Thorn Branch will always protect you and vote for you. Everyone remember to vote every day for our Thornbird goddess. Am I the only one who wants to know when the goddess will release a new song? I'm really looking forward to whether the new song will be of a new genre. Looking forward to being blown up by the goddess. The Thornbird has made peace with the people around him many times, its voice is really unique. The vocal range is extremely wide, and it can handle all kinds of music styles. Hey, I paid attention because Thornbird and our Yingying are good friends. Yingying hasn't posted on Weibo for a long time. Did you guys go out to play together? Wait for me upstairs, you are indeed a good friend. One can sing and write lyrics, and the other can play various musical instruments and is a great composer. Why are you so looking forward to the collaboration between the two of them? Thanks to the little cutie, have you ever been in Taiwan, Su, Moshang, Rabbit Baby, Cerebellar Tiger? More rewards. Thank you to the little cutie Sing Cat for the reward of 1,888 book coins, and the cutie A Dream for the reward of 10,000 book coins. Thank you to the rich dads above for being considerate and patient with you. There will be another update in the evening. End of this chapter. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. The Return of the National Goddess. Author, Yuan Suya. Chapter 473. Chapter 473 The Thornbird is an ugly monster. Xia Ying was in a good mood when she saw all the heartwarming comments in the comment area. When the Thornbirds first came out, there were a lot of people criticizing her on the internet. But gradually, the Thornbird has been speaking with strength. There are fewer and fewer negative voices. Even if it's black now, it's because she hasn't shown her face yet. Most people insist that the Thornbird is an ugly creature with a beautiful singing voice. If it is good looking, there is no need to hide it from others. Xia Ying never paid attention to such comments. People are always like this. Whether it's because they are jealous and don't see others being too good, they always think that she must have some particularly bad side, or they are just a simple troll. Xia Ying is already used to it. When she was in the entertainment industry in her last life, she was really numb to hearing this kind of voice. She has gone so far as to ignore those keyboard warriors. No matter what others say, she will still live a brilliant life, and she will get better and better, making these keyboard warriors more and more envious of her. Looking at what? Yu Lingfeng suddenly approached Xia Ying. The airflow of his voice was very close and directly transmitted to Xia Ying's neck, making Xia Ying tingle. Xia Ying turned her head and looked at Yu Lingfeng beside her, looking at Weibo. Xia Ying said as she returned to the Weibo homepage, and then she saw that the number 1 on the hot search list was Yuxiu CP. The second is thousands of girls in countries S and China have lost their love. Xia Ying's eyes opened wide. What happened between Chu Shenxiu and Jun Chenai at the airport was recorded and posted on the internet. Xia Ying clicked on the video. At the end of the video, there was a scene of Chu Shenxiu and Jun Chenai making fun of each other before boarding the plane. However, such sarcasm, in the eyes of rotten girls, is just serious flirting. Ever since, at the end of the year, Chu Shenxiu and Jun Chenai, 2 male god-level figures from S and Hua countries, were actually listed on the hot search list. And it's in the form of CP. Wow! Why do I feel that Chu Shenxiu and Jun Chenai look so matched? Ha ha ha, I was at the scene at the time, and Mr. Jun said personally that Chu Shenxiu went to his house every day to harass him. Well, these days, the male gods from neighboring countries are also coming to compete with us for our young master. I am really a man-in-law who kills both men and women. Support Ikkyu and his wife. At this time, thousands of girls from country S and girls from China have lost their love together. Xia Ying looked at the comments from netizens and laughed so hard that Yu Lingfeng beside her silently stared at Xia Ying's cheerful smile. Yu Lingfeng, Big Turtle Dove and Jun Chenai are on the hot search, Yuxiu and his wife, ha ha ha, I'm laughing so hard. Xia Ying showed her phone to Yu Lingfeng, while she was holding her stomach and laughing until her stomach ached. Yu Lingfeng opened the hot search list, but what he focused on was not this, but the very inconspicuous "The Thornbird is ugly" at the back of the list. Yu Lingfeng raised his eyebrows and clicked in. The reason was that several anonymous people who said they knew the Thornbird said that the Thornbird lived upstairs in her house and played, sang, and wrote songs every day, which was very disturbing to the people. He also said that Thornbird is actually very ugly, but his figure is not bad, but his face is really hard to describe. He also said that Thornbird plans to have plastic surgery in the future before seeing people. In short, even if you are anonymous, you can just say something random and say that something red is green. Moreover, even so, some people really believe it. Then there was controversy about Thornbird's face on the internet. It was said that she did not show up at the last press conference, which shows that the real person must not be able to meet people. Thanks to the little cutie gang show and give me a quiet environment for the reward. End of this chapter. The Return of the National Goddess. Author, Yuan Suya. Chapter 474. Chapter 474 Do you want to reveal your identity? Xia Ying originally thought that this was just a small brawl between some bored netizens and it would pass soon. However, What she didn't expect was that not only did this matter not end, but it would intensify. Some time ago, the energy was only focused on the appearance of the blackthorn bird, but in the past few days, some people have begun to pretend to know the thorn bird to make fun of it. Some people began to anonymously say some dirty information about thorn birds. For example, her so-called original songs were actually purchased from unknown underground singers. She behaves righteously on Weibo, and she helped Xia Ying attack Xiao Na last time, but in fact, she is not a good person in private. Not only that, these days there are also reports on the internet that forcefully discredit thorn birds. Questioning the originality of her so-called high-priced copyrighted songs, and inexplicably giving the thorn bird some unfamiliar titles and images. They said that the thorn birds were from their place, and that they had a bad atmosphere and bad character since childhood. Then they made up some disgusting things and put them on the thorn birds' heads. Xia Ying looked at these comments on the internet and sighed. In fact, she had already guessed that there would be such a day. People like her who suddenly became famous, especially those who did not have any agency or backstage support, were most likely to be tricked. And now is the selection period for various awards at the end of the year. The thornbird has harmed the interests of too many people, so these people will point the finger at her. Yu Lingfeng approached Xia Ying and said, I will let 11 Ju handle these matters. Xia Ying suddenly bit her lip and rejected Yu Lingfeng's proposal. Instead, she said, Yu Lingfeng, don't worry about this for now. These drafts must have been issued by some companies. Since they intend to bring me down, then they must have made sufficient preparations, and they may be more aggressive in the future. You want to say, don't worry about it now, and then you will get the evidence and expose them. Yu Lingfeng quickly understood what Xia Ying meant. That's right. Xia Ying nodded. The entertainment industry has been ruined by companies that put their interests first. They thought that I had no backstage and no company to back me up, so they were unscrupulous. And judging from their attitude, it seemed that they planned to kill me. To break out of the music scene? Then, I don't get what they want. I will ask 11 Ju to investigate who did it, and then I will sort out all the evidence for you. Yu Lingfeng said lightly. Good. Xia Ying nodded. At this time, Xia Ying received a call from Chu Shenxiu. Before Xia Ying pressed the answer button, she had already guessed the purpose of Chu Shenxiu's call. He must have seen those comments on the internet, so he hurriedly called Xia Ying to ask about her countermeasures. Cousin Sakura, Cousin Sakura. Chu Shenxiu seemed particularly excited. Xia Ying calmly interrupted him. Big turtle dove, I know what you want to say. I already know it. Understood. Then what are you going to do? Chu Shenxiu asked. Do you want to directly reveal your identity and slap me in the face? If those people knew that Thornbird's true identity is actually Xia Ying, the famous musical girl who won the San Diego music competition some time ago and is popular all over the world. She is also the daughter of the Xia family, one of the 4 major families in the imperial capital. I don't know if my face will be swollen. You know, Cousin Sakura, you are now a celebrity in the entire imperial capital. If they knew that you were also a thorn bird, wouldn't those netizens be in trouble? End of this chapter. The Return of the National Goddess. Author, Yuan Suya. Chapter 475. Chapter 475, This is what we want. Well, I plan to reveal my true identity on that day. Xia Ying said calmly. Yes, Cousin Sakura, I support you. Chu Shenxiu was particularly excited. It is enough to announce to the public that the Thornbird is Xia Ying. Xia Ying is currently recognized as a musical talent in the music industry. If the real body of Thornbird is Xia Ying, it will obviously slap in the face those who say that the song is not original. In addition, Xia Ying's identity is known to everyone, and what those so-called acquaintances say is all nonsense. Chu Sensio thought about it and decided that the entertainment festival would be in January next year. At that time, he would be able to go and witness the moment when her cousin Xiaoying attracted everyone's attention. Chu Sensio already has a strong sense of the picture when he thinks about it now. He gets excited just thinking about it. He can't wait for time to pass quickly and reach the day of the entertainment festival. After Xiaoying and Chu Sensio finished talking on the phone, she lowered her head and looked at Thornbird's Weibo. Sure enough, a group of trolls came over non-stop to spray. Xiaoying clicked on a few randomly, and they were all obvious anti-fans. They were probably professional trolls hired by the other party. The other party was really determined to kill her. Thornbird's Weibo has been destroyed, and there are a lot of negative comments about her on the internet. In the past, the trending searches on Thornbird were all kinds of compliments. Now, posts like "The Thornbird sells characters," "The Thornbird song is not original," "The Thornbird is ugly," "The Thornbird has a corrupt character," and so on. Of course, there are many true fans of Thornbirds. After all, her previous songs were not bad, and each one was a record-breaking song. But now, his former goddess was suddenly criticized by netizens, and his true fans couldn't sit still, and they jumped out to defend Thornbird. Can we judge the efforts and talents of our Thornbirds just based on the words of some people? This is really ridiculous. There is number 100% evidence. Can you keyboard warriors just shut up? It's really ridiculous. Nowadays, there is a lot of black material about Thornbirds on the internet, and the idiot fans still come out to protect the Lord? Before Thornbird made a statement, I believed her. Many people have called on the Thornbirds and asked for an explanation of the remarks made on the internet. However, Thornbird's Weibo always stayed at the same post a few months ago and has never been updated again. A company that can produce so much fake information must be quite extraordinary. Maybe, there is not just one company behind this, but many companies. They think that Thornbird has harmed the interests of their own company, so they are working together to blackmail her. However, this is what Xiaoying wants now. The harder these people spray now, the more painful it will be when they are slapped in the face. Just when they thought Thornbird couldn't resist and thought she was going to compromise and quit the music scene, they got a surprise slap in the face. At the beginning of the second year, after several months of voting and compilation, the annual list has undergone tremendous changes. Lan Linyu, who was originally ranked at the bottom, suddenly caught up and even surpassed Thornbird's ranking, becoming the first place on the list of most popular female singers. At this time, there were only a few days before the deadline for voting on the list. She was now ahead of the second place Thornbird by more than 10,000 votes. It could be said that it would be difficult to get back. Although the Thornbirds was the most popular music search and traffic last year, and the fan base is also quite large. In the initial rankings of the list, Thornbird was firmly ranked first, but I didn't expect that something like that happened in the last month, and in the end, Lan Linyu's fans actually caught up with them. Thanks to the little cutie anorexia, Ming Yin, stars are pouring, what's the reward? End of this chapter. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. The Return of the National Goddess. Author, Yuan Suya. Chapter 476. Chapter 476 must have been manipulated. Although Chu Sensio was an old fan of Lan Linyu, his cousin was surpassed in the ranking. Chu Sensio was naturally very uncomfortable. However, when Chu Sensio was so anxious about this, Xiaoying, the person involved, seemed very calm. She should go to school and practice the piano, as if she was not affected at all. Chu Sensio was puzzled, so he took advantage of Xiaoying's free time to pester her and asked, "Cousin Xiaoying, why are you so calm? Your most popular female singer has been snatched by others. The final list will be determined in a few days. Looking at the current trend, fans of Thornbirds will not be able to surpass Lan Linyu no matter how hard they work. More than 10,000 votes are not so easy to surpass. Xia Ying drank her milk very calmly and answered Chu Shenxia without raising her eyebrows, "Do you think she is the most popular? How much water does she have?" Chu Shenxia said directly without thinking, "It must have been manipulated." Chu Shenxia knew this, so he was puzzled by Xia Ying's calmness. However, since Xia Ying knew that Lan Linyu had done something wrong, why didn't she plan to take any measures? Is the duck you got really ready to fly into someone else's mouth? Xia Ying smiled slightly and said, "Lan Linyu definitely can't do this on her own. This must be something their company did. Lan Linyu has been doing well in her career for so many years, but she has never really become popular. Yes. And as the only talented artist in their company must have spent a lot of money to support her. As long as she gets the so-called most popular female singer this year, her popularity will be huge. She has been promoted, and I guess their company is planning to turn her into an actress. It is said that she has already taken on the role, and everything is ready, just waiting for the announcement and hype of this list." Chu Shenxia was confused when he told Xia Ying these things. Why did Xia Ying go so far? Now she is actually still analyzing Lan Linyu's future acting career. Chu Shenxia was completely stunned by Xia Ying. "No, cousin Xia Ying, I hear what you mean. Do you really want to give this award to her?" Xia Ying twitched her lips, "Of course not. It would be fine if their company just boosted votes, but do you know that some of the comments that were made against me some time ago were also contributed by their company?" Chu Shenxia was stunned. Lan Linyu's company was also in Blackthorn Bird? It's the black material released by their company. Their company took the lead, and many entertainment companies that usually don't like me also added fuel to the fire. This kind of thing that benefits others at the expense of others is their specialty. So during that period, the number of votes will decrease only when the number of votes increases. In addition, their company secretly buys votes and publishes various announcements to praise their Lan Linyu, so the number of votes for Lan Linyu has skyrocketed. I will take good care of it. Teach them how to behave," Xia Ying said, curling her lips and revealing an intriguing smile. Chu Shenxia's eyes lit up after hearing this, and he quickly asked Xia Ying, "Cousin Xia Ying, what are you going to do? You'll know better in a few days." Xia Ying said lightly. Xia Ying had already figured out the causes and consequences of all this through 11 Jews' investigation some time ago. She had been slow to take action before, just waiting until the list was released and their company was complacent, and then gave them a critical blow. It's more fun this way. Thank you, little cutie. Snow, begonia remains, 13732, xin. Shen Yun and small short legs are rewarded. I changed the previous article today, it's even later, sorry. End of this chapter. The Return of the National Goddess. Author, Yun Suya. Chapter 477. Chapter 477 beat the first and second place. The annual entertainment festival happened to be on Sunday, and Xia Ying had no classes, so she didn't have to ask for leave from school to attend. Everything seemed appropriate and as she expected. Xia Ying put on the equipment she used to transform into a thorn bird. Chu Shenxia looked very excited the whole day when he thought about what was about to happen. Although he is not from the entertainment industry, he is still clamoring to attend with Xia Ying. Xia Ying had no choice but to take him with him. "Cousin Sakura, how about I be your male companion?" As soon as Chu Shenxia said these words, he felt a chill on his back. Chu Shenxia turned around and met a cold gaze. Yu Lingfeng calmly stepped forward, walked to Xia Ying, and said, "The car is ready." "Good." Xia Ying nodded. Chu Shenxia listened on the sidelines and asked, "Cousin Xia Ying, aren't you going to go with us?" I have to keep my identity for the time being. Going with you is too conspicuous. Before my identity is revealed, I still have to avoid suspicion. Xia Ying said. Okay, everything Cousin Sakura said is right. Chu Sensio said cheerfully. At this time, 11 Ju also came over and said, Master, Master, I have prepared the things over there. Yu Lingfen nodded, okay. Now everything is ready, just waiting for the awards ceremony. The full network live broadcast has been announced. Those people saw that the Thornbird has not made any movement so far. They probably feel that they have no backing or support. So they compromised and allowed them to cheat. According to the current trend, it won't be long before they are hacked out of the music scene. Therefore, they are complacent at the moment, without realizing that the danger is quietly approaching. The annual ceremony is the most important event in the entertainment industry every year, summarizing and rewarding the work done by artists in the previous year. Many awards will be awarded at this ceremony. In addition to the popularity lists based on voting that have been released, the lists selected by authorities will be announced and awarded tonight. Currently, a series of lists such as the most popular male singer, the most popular male artist, and the national male rankings all share the same name, Jun Chennai. Jun Chennai was almost a hot search traffic star dominating the screen last year. He is the kind of person who will be trending on anything that is too big. Coupled with Jun Chennai's fans who are like cultists, this guy is almost unbeatable at the moment. The two films Jun Chennai participated in last year both received good reviews and were nominated for both. In addition, Jun Chennai entered the music scene last year, which invisibly attracted a group of fans into the trap. As long as Jun Chennai is on the list, everyone else can only compete for the second place. After all, Jun Chennai's votes will always be lower than those of the second or third person behind him. The most popular female singer currently released is Lan Linyu. This list should have been controversial, but Lan Linyu's various embarrassing press releases were flying all over the place some time ago, and Thornbirds caught a lot of dirty information. Gradually, netizens were led astray by Lan Linyu's public relations company, and they really believed that all the dirty information was true, and that all the so-called good things about Lan Linyu that were false were also true. For a while, Lan Linyu remained high on the hot search list. Naturally, I also bought this hot search. One thing that has always been strange to fans of Thornbird is that even though she was blacklisted on the internet, she never came out to clarify anything. Some unsteady fans even lost their followers because of the black material on the internet. It will be on the shelves in the early morning, and there will be a lot of updates. I hope the cuties can help Xiao get the first order. This data is very important for the books Xiao and Qinjian, and is related to the number of updates and recommendations in the future, because the editors make recommendations based on grades and corresponding updates. I love you. How to order all? Click download on the book details page, and then click select all to order all. Chapters subscribed with book coins are free for life, and you can read them at any time in the future. Then, it will be put on the shelves tomorrow, and I ask for rewards and monthly tickets very shamelessly. Remember, it is tomorrow. Don't reward now. Only tomorrow's subscriptions and rewards will be recorded in the first order score. From now on, start counting in the early morning. In addition, dear friends who have given up on writing, see you in the next free period of this book. This book is free for you to read for a few months. It has more than 500,000 words. Xiao really doesn't owe you anything. Let's get together and relax. And thank you for your company during this period, okay? After the book is released, there will be an event to give out book coins to all the little cuties who support Xiao. I love you. End of this chapter. The Return of the National Goddess. Author, Yuan Suya. Chapter 478. Chapter 478. Sitting next to Jun Chennai. However, Thornbird has made it clear that she will participate in this grand ceremony, so a group of media and reporters have prepared a series of tricky questions to ask her. To avoid suspicion, Xia Ying drove a new nanny car over instead of sharing a car with Chu Shenxiu and Ling Feng. Then several bodyguards were brought to maintain order at the scene. As soon as Xia Ying got out of the car, she was surrounded by media reporters. All kinds of questions were thrown at Xia Ying like bombs. Xia Ying had almost nowhere to hide. Thorn bird, are all the things that are being used against you online true? Is your conduct really bad in real life? In the face of the massive black material on the internet, why have you never come forward to clarify it, or is it that you have no way to defend yourself and have acquiesced to these facts? Thorn bird, may I ask why you have always hidden your appearance? Is it really because you are so ugly? Facing these doubts, Xia Ying kept smiling and entered the venue surrounded by bodyguards. Yu Lingfeng and Chu Shenxiu looked at Xia Ying's back from behind. Chu Shenxiu said angrily, "Damn it, I really can't bear it anymore. What kind of quality are these reporters? What kind of questions are they asking?" Fortunately, Xia Ying was able to keep her emotions and anger invisible. If it were Chu Shenxiu, he would definitely jump out and beat those people. Xia Ying, dressed in red and sitting on her seat, attracted the attention of countless people. This is the thorn bird who has been so hacked recently. She is really calm. She has been hacked like that, and she still comes out to show her face. It seems that Thornbird has not signed a contract with any company, so even if it is hacked, there is no team to help her operate. Everyone on the internet says that Thornbird is ugly. Why do I think she doesn't look like her? This girl looks very good even if she doesn't show up. She is quite eye-catching when standing in the crowd. While everyone else went to the red carpet to sign autographs and take photos, Xia Ying didn't make any move. She just sat quietly in her seat without any movement. Even if the staff came to invite her, Xia Ying declined. At this time, Xia Ying turned sideways inadvertently and saw the name of the seat next to her. It's actually Jun Chennai. Why is this guy sitting next to her? Although Xia Ying put on a good disguise, Jun Chennai and she were at the same table, even if she could resist talking to Jun Chennai. But Jun Chennai was too familiar with some of her little expressions and movements. Xia Ying was very afraid that Jun Chennai would find out something fishy. She had said before that she thought the Thornbird's voice was very similar to hers, but Xia Ying used a microphone that time, and the sound conveyed through the microphone was somewhat different from the original sound. But now that she is so close to them, Jun Chennai will definitely become suspicious if he hears her speak. Xia Ying couldn't help but swallowed when she thought about it. At this time, Jun Chennai had just finished taking photos on the red carpet and walked towards her. Xia Ying quickly lowered her head and stopped looking at Jun Chennai. As for Jun Chennai, he kept staring at Xia Ying while walking towards her. The seat allocation this time was something he intentionally requested from the organizer. He has always admired Thornbird's talent and has always wanted to find an opportunity to contact her. And this time, it was a good opportunity for Jun Chennai. End of this chapter. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. The Return of the National Goddess. Author, Yuan Suya. Chapter 479. Chapter 479. The Thornbird is so disgusting. Hey, hello, I'm Jun Chennai. Jun Chennai approached Xia Ying, leaning slightly, with a friendly smile on his face. However, what he didn't expect was that Xia Ying completely ignored him and didn't even look at him. He looked like he was nothing. Jun Chennai, who had been left out, suddenly felt an embarrassment in the air. He guessed that Thornbird might be an aloof girl. However, he didn't expect to be so cold. Jun Chennai thought this way, as if he still refused to admit defeat. He moved closer to Xia Ying, and directly forced his handsome face into Xia Ying's field of vision. I'm Jun Chennai, Nice to meet you. Xia Ying just answered lightly without any emotion. The smile on Jun Chennai's face froze. Okay, the conversation failed. The thorn bird didn't bother him at all. It was indeed a cold bird. There were some singing and dancing performances under the stage, and a monster like Jun Chennai appeared as the finale. When Jun Chennai came on stage, everyone in the underground was excited. This 18-year-old boy is the hottest star in the entertainment industry today. Xia Ying looked up at Jun Chennai on the stage. The spotlight shone on the young man's handsome face. Xia Ying stared at Jun Chennai, who was dancing and singing on the stage for a long time. He is indeed a born idol. Once he steps on stage, he is the unrivaled king of the stage. Jun Chennai's development in this life is even better than that in the previous life. What Jun Chennai achieved in his previous life when he was 21 years old, he has already achieved it now when he is only 18 years old. Xia Ying expected that if the incident in the previous life had not happened, Jun Chennai will become a phenomenal idol in the entertainment industry, surpassing Mr. R in the future. After Jun Chennai finished his performance, the next step was to announce the various award lists. The winner of Singer of the Year is Thorn Bird. Xia Ying stood up, walked slowly towards the center of the stage in the eyes of everyone, and took away her trophy. There was no speech, and even the host looked confused. They thought Xia Ying would at least say a few words of thanks, but she walked down without saying a word, leaving the people below with endless speculation. Many people are thinking that the thorn birds have been popular for so long, and maybe it has become too popular now. Those shady materials and keyboard warriors almost ruined the singer-songwriter who was originally very promising. The following awards are still going on, and finally, the trophies for the most popular male and female singers were awarded. When Jun Chennai and Lan Linyu both came on stage, Thornbird suddenly stood up and came on stage, which made many people stunned. Since this grand ceremony was broadcast live online across the entire network, the action of Thornbird immediately caused the barrages to go crazy. Shit, did this Thornbird hear the wrong name? Wasn't it Lan Linyu's name? What was she doing up there? Visual inspection, something good is about to happen. This woman Thornbird is really disgusting. Such a corrupt person actually walks with us UEU. It is simply an insult to us UEU. The Thornbirds are not planning to leave the entertainment industry. To be honest, I doubt that any of her previous songs were written by herself. How could a person of her character write songs that are not so clean and beautiful? Now I feel disgusted when I see this ugly Thornbird. Her stage name is Thornbird, which is really disgusting, and I can't stand the word Thornbird now. End of this chapter. The Return of the National Goddess. Author, Yun Suya. Chapter 480. Chapter 480. Is this woman crazy? When Xia Ying and Lan Linyu walked to the center of the stage together, the host was also stunned. Lan Linyu looked sideways and glanced at Xia Ying with some dissatisfaction. What the hell? This is obviously her award. What does she mean by coming up? Could it be that he wanted to steal the limelight from her? The host walked up to Xia Ying and whispered to Xia Ying, "Are you mistaken? The popular singer is Lan Lin." Before the host finished speaking, the microphone was snatched away by Xia Ying. Chu Shenxiu in the audience looked at Yu Lingfen beside him and said, "You are ready, right?" Yu Lingfen nodded, "Yeah." Chu Shenxiu looked around and realized that 11 Ju had disappeared without knowing it. Chu Shenxiu finally knew that Xia Ying was planning to take advantage of the live broadcast on the entire network to catch them all. Since you want to slap in the face, you must choose the method that hurts the most. Xia Ying has not come out to clarify this matter some time ago, and she was scolded very badly on the internet. All kinds of rumors. All kinds of keyboard warriors throw dirty water on her every day, and make random comments on her. The initiators of all this are the so-called entertainment companies that put profits first. For the sake of traffic and popularity of his own artist, he does not hesitate to make up some unfounded things and put them on the head of the thorn bird. Blackthorn Bird published one article after another, completely blackening her body and completely directing the finger of entertainment towards Xia Ying. It's just that they calculated everything, but they just didn't calculate it. Thornbird is not the kind of person who really has no backing. Even though she has not signed a contract with any company, her backing is the Xia family. Speaking of it is enough to scare the entire imperial capital. Especially during the recent period, Xia Chuanhai has been immersed in his own business battlefield, and the Xia family's stock and market prices have been rising. Who among the people in the market today would not be polite when meeting someone from the Xia family? Xia Ying grabbed the host's microphone. Not only the host but also the people in the audience were surprised. The barrage has been crazy about what the Thornbirds are doing. Holy shit, is this woman crazy? Could it be that because she didn't win the Popular Singer Award, she got so angry that she planned to grab it? I feel sorry for my Yu, this crazy woman, please stay away from my Yu, okay? Looking at the expression on the thorn bird, I always feel like something good is about to happen. Xia Ying started to speak, hello everyone, I am Thorn Bird. The noisy crowd in the audience fell silent because of Xia Ying's words. The faces of the company CEOs became increasingly ugly. Although the Thornbird did not pose any threat to them now, the Thornbird's firm and sinister eyes made their hearts feel numb. There are already staff members guarding the audience at the scene, ready to pull the Thornbird off the stage at any time and at any time. I believe you are all familiar with me, but you also don't know me. Xia Ying raised the corners of her lips, showing a bitter and cold smile. The internet said that I have a bad character and that I am an ugly person. I have no talent and I only buy songs. They say that I am actually a zombie who hides under a mask and cannot see the light. In fact, I am very surprised why you can think of so many vicious words for a stranger. What? To be honest, I'm not as complicated as you think. Xia Ying looked at the positions of the bosses, her eyes darkened, and then said, by the way, I have prepared a small gift for you today. Since you are so interested in my private life, I will share it with you. End of this chapter.